Hello, polska kebab. Hello, Miktal Polak.
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
Okay, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm gonna have to leave and come right back on. I've made this mistake before. I before I joined the stream, I was using an auxiliary microphone. I have to leave and come right back. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Add myself to the stream. What the fuck? Hi, Seth. Can you hear me?
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well. I didn't realize I had to add myself to the stream. Oh,
Yeah,
and I gotta turn myself off of YouTube.
I didn't have time to go to KDR stream for past almost 1 month.
Oh well, Kendall Ricken is not streaming right now.
No, he's streaming maybe 2 to 3 times a week right now because he might be busy with work. Who knows?
Oh, okay. I know there's another stream going on right now, and do you guys want to raid?
Rate the stream. Who that is? It's Amster. Mhm.
No, Father Flanders.
No, I don't. I don't know him. Why not? But, uh,
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
how is it in America? Are you preparing for the fucking food collapse?
Oh my god, how many food processing plants have they blown up? You know what? I actually want to know what's going on in
In Europe?
yeah, in France.
So right now the government has been changed by the fucking Macron puppet from the World Economic Forum. So he has put some diversity in place. The prime minister is a woman, but she is of Jewish origin. Her real name is Bornstein. She's a Russian Jew.
Okay, you know what? When is Macron?
When is Macron? Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. That was me. I didn't mute the.
Macron has just nominated a new government, just a puppet government that will execute the orders from the World Economic Forum.
So when are you guys gonna revolt?
It's not going to happen because the Muslims are fed by the welfare state, and most French people are going along to get along because they don't want to put their life on the line. They will die or they will be enslaved. That's pretty much it.
So the future of your country is enslavement.
Yes. Well, one 5 to 10% will refuse, and they will try to live in their own community. That's what it is. The Muslims, they are happy to be enslaved. They like it. I see them, the young Muslims. They're fucking idiots.
Oh,
Oh,
Sith.
but
Seth,
we gotta
you
help the refugees. That's all they talk about. We gotta help the refugees because they are Muslims like us. We gotta give them food, shelter, and all that shit.
Seth,
They, yes,
you and I have been talking for a long time. You
yeah,
know, at least couple years now,
yeah, five
and
months.
you think it going to go to civil war?
Yes, when the food shortages happen at the end of this fucking year, there's going to be a lot of civil unrest. I don't call it
Seth,
civil war
Seth,
because Muslims and blacks are not fucking white people. They are
Seth,
strangers.
Seth, can you send me the quickest or the closest Amazon drop box, and I will send you materials to create a gun?
What?
A gun.
Ah, to create a gun.
Bob,
Uh,
you should watch what you say, man.
Yeah,
no,
you don't want this stream is probably gonna get fucking flagged anyway. If Cowboy, if you were on Chris Mitchell's stream last night and we were talking about the fucking
uh, I
the
I can
books,
I can find that in France if I want to. There's opportunities for that. That's all I can say.
okay, we will send you 3D printer blueprints for a Liberator. They
Yeah,
used to have that in World War II.
you should take down the stream after this shit because
No,
YouTube.
no, no. It's okay. Just just careful how far you go. That's not far enough. But
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's all
okay.
right. I'll create a I will create a backup channel if YouTube flags this down anyway,
Oh,
because
all I
they
can
did
say,
it with Chris Mitchell's stream last night.
all I can say is that in Europe you can find those things if you want. There's always opportunities for that. Just have a bit of money on the side, and everything is possible.
who is this? Is this that Mike? Is that Michel Guevara?
I know this is Sith,
No,
actually, Cowboy. If you want to handle this for a second, I gotta have a smoke. All right.
I, I
He's a wonderful guy.
I'm a French guy. I live in Paris, in the suburbs. But it's quite a shit show in this country, I can tell you.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was in France. Oh wow, 12 years ago.
Oh,
Um, I rode the TGV from southern France all the way to Paris.
did you
Um,
remember the diversity you saw back then? It's the same shit but worse.
no, no, I think it's much worse. It's gotten much worse since it's been what 12 years. No, no, France is being overtaken. You're not even France anymore. You're a Muslim nation now.
Well,
Um,
yesterday I was in near a railway station. The fucking neighborhood inside Paris, almost the center of Paris. There's almost no white people.
right, and it's interesting. In France they do it differently. Um, here in the United States, the trend has been to have the native white population move back into inner cities.
Uh,
Okay. Let me say this. In the 50s and the 60s, the white people, many of them, they fled into what we now call suburbs.
and the
Um,
countryside too. Yeah.
sure, in the countryside as well. However, for the last 20 years, the trend is that the white native population of the United States, has moved back into the urban core, the city center, and then we disperse the immigrants, the non-white immigrants, into the suburbs. In France, it's exactly the opposite. It seems like the white people flee to the suburbs, and then all the immigrants come into
Depends.
the inner city.
It depends because the inner city of Paris is extremely expensive, and it mostly belongs to foreigners. There's a lot of American investment, Arabic investment from the Qatar and Saudi Arabia. You should see it. So it almost looks like a museum in the center of Paris. There's an extremely heavy presence of police officers, and
Yeah, yes, I remember when I was in Paris. I was supposed to meet up with two friends, and there were I don't know how many train stations there are. There were two main train stations. There was like train station du Nord and
yeah,
train station du South or Suden or Sur or
yeah,
whatever.
it's north. They call it the railway station from the north. This is where there's a lot of foreigners. Let's just say that because it's located near a major suburb that is mostly inhabited by Africans.
Sure, sure. And I remember I met a Turk. I met a young man who was a Turk,
The Turkish,
and he had a guitar, and he was robbed by some African immigrants who beat him up and stole his guitar.
yeah,
And
between illegal aliens, they rob each other and they kill each other. That's very common.
sure, sure. And I remember him just telling me, please don't leave my side. He was visibly shaken and scared. And then him and I went up to a group of like five police officers, and I
Yeah.
started talking to them in English. And I said, "Can you help me? This young man has been robbed." And they pretended not to understand me. I
Really?
said, "Okay, I get it," because I understand that in France they want you to speak French.
But were the police officers white?
Yes, they were
So
French.
they didn't give a shit because he's a fucking Muslim. There's a lot of
Right.
racism inside the police.
I
Uh,
know. Oh, I know.
I I see them.
Both my parents were police here in Chicago. I'm from Chicago.
Ah,
Anyway, anyway, yeah, and so then so Spanish was my major at university. I at the time was in a I was doing a summer semester in Europe in Spain, but I had a chance. I had some money, so I decided to travel afterwards. I stayed in Europe.
uh,
So
uh,
I
uh,
started. I'm
were
sorry.
you in Madrid? Were you in Madrid? Spain too?
Yes, yes, I've been to Madrid multiple times, but the semester was in Granada, which is like a city in
No, no.
southern Spain.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
so I started speaking to them in Spanish. Hopefully that maybe one of them will care. No, they didn't care. They just they asked me a couple times. Parlez-vous français? And I'm
do
just
you
like,
speak? Yeah, do you speak French? Yeah.
no, but I speak Spanish. They were just like, whatever, fuck them. So and then after that, I went to Amsterdam for a week. But yeah, no, France is conquered. I mean, you guys, um, I think a third of all people in France now are Muslim. So
Yeah.
you guys,
There's about 50 millions of them, something like that.
yeah.
But
So and I'm sorry,
I'm
I'm
not
sorry.
even French. I'm not French. My parents come from Portugal, so I can still get the fuck out. That's
Oh
why I
wow,
know.
you're Portuguese. Okay.
Yeah, I can
You
live in
sound
Spain if I
French,
want.
by the way.
Spain is not conquered yet, but did you see? Did you remember how it was? It's not that good too in Spain.
Yeah, no, I mean,
There's a
you
lot of
know,
Moroccans if you saw them.
yeah, Moroccans, yeah, Marruecos as we call them.
Yeah, Morocco. Yeah, Morocco. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and they want to convert Spain back into Al Andalus. That was
Al
the name.
Andalus. That's right. That's right. You
Back,
understand. So do you
yeah,
you speak Portuguese? I don't know how to I don't know how to speak Portuguese.
I
Hablas
speak Spanish. Sí,
português?
hablo portugués, hablo español, hablo inglés y hablo francés. Cuatro idiomas.
Wow. Wow, qué impresionante.
Y me desarrollo
I'm
más o menos.
impressed with the both of your Spanish. I only entiendo.
Hmm?
What's your name, partner?
My
This
name?
is Seth.
Sif. I'm Sif. I'm a I'm a Star Wars warrior. Well, I would like to be. Just a nickname.
I see. Okay. They call you Sith. Okay. Yeah,
And
no, it's interesting. I think I don't know what to think. I think France. I think ever since defeat of Napoleon, France has really lost its balls. And
Oh yeah.
you know, I don't
It,
know.
got- Napoleon was defeated. There was two Napoleon, the first, and then his nephew, Napoleon I and Napoleon III. When Napoleon III was defeated against the Prussian Empire, they lost everything. So pretty much in 1871. Yeah, and now France is just a carcass, just a fucking corpse, like America. Pretty much the West is the same. Did you see Infowars last stream? Uh, there's Mike Adams thinks that China and Russia are going to team up to try to invade America once America becomes extremely weak.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, um, anything anything can happen. I just have this idea that
They say that China has military bases in Mexico and Canada, and that the governor Newsom is going to sell off California to China so they can land their troops in California, and they will have a basis to invade the entire West Coast, and they will invade with a huge amount of troops and a huge amount of equipment. And they say that China is now going into an industrial war system of they are now centering their industrial complex to manufacture weapons.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting with the advent of nuclear weapons. It seems like warfare itself has changed.
But
Warfare is now
do they
it's more
really exist?
asymmetrical.
Do they really exist, those nuclear
Cowboy,
weapons?
cowboy, come on! Warfare now has turned into 4D. We
Yeah,
are fighting this war not on a hot zone, really. Kind of like what the Russian Ukraine thing. Let me ask you a question. Have you seen any pictures of a Russian dead soldier on Ukraine? I think it's a fucking lie.
there is some. I have seen some pilot soldiers that have been killed by the Ukrainians. So they took down their planes, they interrogated them, and they killed them.
I
You
have not seen any
you
physical evidence at all. I think it's all a proxy war, and they're all just pushing this bullshit
but
because they have no more control anymore. The media has lost control of the narrative.
but
Okay,
the West
and we
wants
have
to.
more power. Go ahead. We have more power on the internet to tell them that this is all fucking fake. It's fake. It's like the movie Wag the Dog.
There's a lot of fake shit, but there's a lot of true shit. I mean, the Ukrainians are getting killed. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, we know people are dying, but I haven't seen no pictures of no convincing evidence on any side that anybody has died, and I haven't seen no pictures of the buffalo stuff at all. That the live stream actually really did happen. It all seems like false flags.
You mean, for example, the Azovstal plant, the Azovstal steel plant? You think it's there's a lot
Okay,
of fake shit?
okay, Sith. Remember the what was the one false flag that they pulled off in your country? It was the one with the cartoon place. What the
Ah,
hell was
the
the name of the place?
Charlie Hebdo cartoon. You mean that?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you've
Yeah,
seen all the footage from there.
I think
Yeah.
it was. I
The
think it
what
was
was it?
I think it was Muslims people that they were paid by the service intelligence, and we're probably
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a false flag. Okay,
now.
you remember the thing that happened here in Vegas?
Yeah, that was a CIA op. I know.
Yeah, yeah. They're all false flags.
The guy, we don't know where he is. Where is the guy who shoot those people? Is he dead? Is he incarcerated? Is he in prison? Is he in
Is he
Guantanamo?
in custody?
We don't know. And the guy,
We don't know because
he shot like a professional, like a fucking military.
okay, here's what I want to say is those stories have been buried because the internet fucking tore those stories apart and said no, this is not real. It's a false flag. It's either a false disaster drill that went live, and some of those do actually happen, like Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook never actually happened.
Hmm.
I've actually looked into that story, and it never happened. And this is gonna get this fucking this cast shot down because I said that.
Yeah.
And and the Boston bombing was just a fake fucking pyrotechnics act done with amputee actors.
Oh,
Look that shit up.
if I understand correctly, if that's what you're talking about, if what you're talking about is what I think you're talking about, wasn't the Boston thing like two brothers who
Yeah,
were
yeah, yeah. The Russian brothers
yeah, I don't know if they were
or the
Russian, they're
Chechen
Russian
brothers.
speaking, but I think they were Georgian or something. Yeah, something like that. And like
Yeah, yeah,
um
from Georgia.
one of them was accidentally killed during an FBI interview.
Oh, cowboy! The story gets even worse. One of them, allegedly had a katana sword, and the FBI agents went at him and fucking killed him.
Right.
Yeah, I know it's a false flag. None of it actually happened. And if you remember, right, they caught the kid in a boat, right, in Waterton, right? Watertown. And if Eric Zombro was here to say that, he would say water, a Watertown, right? You know, in the Boston accent, and they slit his throat so he couldn't say anything. Like even in his own trial, they put that kid up in a trial, and he couldn't speak. That's how crazy this shit is.
You
Well,
know,
again,
for-
taken to its highest evolution. So this is a deeply philosophical statement. I sort of think we as humanity, we kind of deserve it. We deserve what's happening to us if we are too chicken shit to stand up and free ourselves.
Fuck that cowboy. Fuck that cowboy.
you,
Are you gonna sit down when the government tells you you got to take a jab? First of all,
you,
I know you are pure blood, right? And
You're asking me?
yeah, I know you're pure blood.
there is ways to cure the jab effect. You can eat raw meat, liver, and heart from from um, from cows. It will allow your body to heal. The elites, they tell us that bacteria and parasites in the food can kill us, but that is completely untrue. That's not correct. The food is the best way to heal your body is animal products. I don't know if you knew about that. Hello?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry. Are you speaking to me or are you speaking to Bob?
No, I was speaking generally. You can heal your
Oh,
body by eating animal fat.
yeah.
It's not.
No, I mean, I don't. claim to be any sort of scientist or nutritionist, but yeah, no, I have a very high opinion of eating meat. Um, so what I would say to that is I have very deep-seated beliefs about meat eating. I think that the government, I think that special interest groups and
Yeah,
other interested parties, they push certain ideas on the population. These big movements that they they want us to buy into, and I think
yeah,
that that's one of them.
they,
This whole veganism.
yeah,
But when you look at a vegan, let me give you an example. I love using examples. I have a friend. His name is Christopher.
yeah.
Christopher was very, or he still is, kind of a liberal, but he was real liberal when he was younger. And he was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm going to become a vegetarian." And he became a vegetarian. He actually tried veganism for a while. I think he tried it for almost 3 years, and he started talking about how, well, whatever. Right? He moved to the West Coast. He moved to L.A. And then a year or two passed by. He comes back to Chicago, and I see him, and he says, "Joe, I quit this diet." And I said, "Oh, I thought you were really serious about it." He said, "Yeah, I thought I was too, but I started getting real sick. I couldn't keep my weight up. I started getting bad skin. He started having all these health problems, frankly."
Did you have heart problems and gut problems? Because that's what vegans have
Yeah,
after
no,
one to
I
two
don't
years.
know. I don't know the whole list of symptoms, but yes, he claimed that he had a large amount, just growing. It wasn't just one thing, and then it turned into two, and then it turned into four, and he had all these problems. And the second he started reintroducing meat into his diet, all those problems went away.
You know, MGTOW Cowboy, the secret is that humans are carnivore. We are not plant eaters.
Well,
That's
I
all.
think we're both. I think we're omnivores. I think we eat both. But the real truth is, now again, this may sound like conspiracy theory, but I believe this. I think that the people that run the world, I think that they know this. I think that there's a lot of hidden knowledge that they have that they don't want to share.
The,
Some of it you and I can find if we just research.
the,
Some of it
the,
may be, what's
the,
that?
the knowledge about nutrition is simple. If you eat like an Eskimo, you will live 100 years. You will conserve your teeth, and you will die simply because your body has no more is exhausted. That's all. It's simple. If you embrace your nature, you will live a long life and happy. That's what they hide from the general population. Eat meat.
Yeah, I kind of believe that. I kind of believe exactly what you just said. I would word it a little bit differently, but yes, it's interesting you bring up what you call them. Did you just call them Eskimos?
The Eskimos, you know, those who live in the Arctic Circle, they live in Canada, they live in Alaska.
Yes, I'm very familiar. It's just that that's technically considered a racist word now. You're supposed to use the word the Inuit. The
And
Inuit.
Oh, fuck off, cowboy.
and
This
and
is my
they
channel. We don't
and
use that
they eat
type of language here.
rotten
Okay.
meat. They eat rotten meat, which is a secret for
All right.
longevity.
I'm gonna go have a smoke break.
The,
So you guys take over.
there's a guy that was killed in 2013. His name is Argenis van der Planet, and he talked about the primal diet. And he was anti-New Order, anti-New World Order, and he was anti-vaccines and anti-big pharma. You should look him up. In the
Sure.
community, they think he was killed because he was getting popular because his diet is the promotion of eating raw meat, which is our natural diet, with fermented vegetable smoothies and some rotten organs from cows or
Yeah,
goats.
I mean, I'm less on board with the with like the rotten meat. I'm not really on board with the uncooked meat. I understand what you're saying. I've looked into it as well. Although I think that humans have had what you can call reliable access to fire
Yeah,
for tens of thousands of years, and I think that that has greatly affected our what you could call
biology.
our biology. Yeah, our appetite as it applies to our appetite. Yeah,
All I
what we
can say
find
is that
palatable.
I've been eating raw meat for the past 1 month. Raw meat doesn't taste that good, but you digest it with no problems.
Okay, what
In
I would recommend, first off, you do what you want.
Yeah,
It's never, I never tell another man what to do. What I'd say, I'd say cook your meat. But yes, you don't have to cook. You don't have to cook it to where it's it's well done. Um, Nowadays, for example, when I go to a steakhouse, I almost never get my steak well done anymore. I usually get it medium or even medium rare, where there's actually blood still in the middle of the steak.
you want a bloody steak. That's all. You don't want a steak that looks like coal. That's all.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's interesting.
It's because let it be clear. Um, Humans in the wild they don't cook their meat. They kill the prey and they eat it raw. That's all I have to say about that. When you are very hungry, you do it. You kill a rabbit and you eat it raw. If it's not sick, you will. We have natural instincts for that. We are animals on some to some aspect. God gave us a natural instinct to know right from wrong.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, but the more you go away from your natural instincts, the faster you will die and the more miserable you will be. Look at people who wear the
I
mask.
agree with that. I agree with that statement wholeheartedly. Yes, the more you move away from your base
Nature.
nature, yes, you're more not necessarily you're going to be, but you are more prone, I think, to all kinds of diseases, not just physical but psychological.
Yeah. For example, I see people who wear the masks. I know their lifespan will be very, very short. Very, very short. They live in absolute misery. And they think they
Well,
are
but they
protected.
but they deserve it though. But they deserve it if you're dumb enough to follow to if you're dumb enough to believe in that. Um, I mean, I'm sorry, I've become somewhat of a misanthrope. I think that a lot of people deserve their misery.
Yeah. And some people have high IQ. I work with people who have high IQ and they wear the mask all day. That I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense. How can you be good at this and not think for 1 second about what you wear on your fucking face? I mean, it's completely cognitively dissonant. Like, yeah, they are
Right, right. It's
programmed.
cognitive dissonance, right? It's cognitive dissonance. I can tell you're highly educated. Um, let me tell you a quick story. It's a true story. This video went viral. Of course, it was in California. This woman was being video what's it called grabadora. She was being filmed. She was being filmed, and she didn't know she was being filmed. And she's walking her dog and wearing a mask. The dog takes a crap. She takes her mask off to pick up the poo, to pick up the feces. She picks up the feces with the mask. She empties the feces in a garbage receptacle, and then she puts the mask back on with
No, no shit.
with the side facing the fecal matter side facing her mouth.
No, she's she's mentally ill. That's impossible to do that shit.
So I mean, I don't even know what to say to something like that.
Well, 50 years ago, she will end up in a fucking asylum for fucking insane people. That's all I have to say about that. I mean, you have to be
Yeah, I
fucking.
mean, it's just I don't know. I don't know.
Well, we should reintroduce fucking asylums for mentally ill people because there's a lot of them right now. They're everywhere.
I agree. I agree with that. I also agree with that wholeheartedly. Although I think that again, politically, that's not going to be a very popular idea.
Yeah. Or we wait for the collapse and they will die off because people who are mentally ill they cannot survive. That's obvious. They don't know they are in reality or they are in fiction.
Yeah, no, it's I think about these things. Yeah.
Well, if you cannot discern reality from fiction or from your fucking imagination, how can you fucking fit yourself when everything goes to shit? That's not possible.
Yeah,
And
no, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
the same will happen with the people who wear masks. When there is food shortages, those people will not be able to feed themselves, and they will cry to the government for aid, and the government will ask them to be slaves.
Mm.
And this is where people who, even if they took the jab, woke up and do not accept tyranny anymore, might survive the collapse because they refuse to be slaves anymore. That's what I think.
Yeah, right. No, talking about that thing. Yeah, yeah, that's a fascinating topic. It seems like talking about Europe for a second. It really seems like in Europe, the government just opened your governments just came out and just said you guys don't have any rights. You have to take it. You have to take it. You have
I
to
thi-
take it. They would didn't don't you guys still have like what is it, passports?
yeah, we QR codes.
What's
Yeah,
that? I'm sorry.
the QR codes. It's an
Yeah,
app.
right.
You scan a QR code, and your QR code tells you how much vaccines you have made. I know I
Okay. Are
used it.
you do you have yours or no?
Yeah, I have. Uh,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, and I understand it's very hard because they take away your ability to travel. They take away your ability to have a
and they
job.
and they want to come back with that shit by probably September. Because they know with the food shortages that are coming, they need to control the people because they are going to ration your ability to feed yourself upon a QR code, which is just
Right,
um,
right. So again, this is deep level psychology. Ultimately, I'll just come out and say this: if you French people, Europeans in general, I mean, it's not just the French.
yes,
If the Europeans accept this slavery, they deserve it.
they accepted it by a large margin,
Then you
above,
deserve it. Then you
and they
guys
want.
deserve it.
Remember that socialism has been completely bred inside the minds of the people in fucking Western Europe. It's present in their minds. They cannot conceptualize living without a nanny state.
Then you deserve it. You guys. I mean, I'm not saying this to be mean.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I
I'm not.
understand. I understand.
I feel to a certain extent. I feel sorry for the people of France,
But
Europeans in general. But you know, I'll just come out and say it. You guys deserve to be slaughtered like animals. If you
yes,
refuse to
yes,
protect, if you refuse to defend yourselves, what else? What else? What else? What else is there to say?
and they refuse to defend their own children. They will. Some pregnant women have taken the fucking jabby jabby.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So what can you do? What can you do?
yeah, it's free choice. They have free will, so they will die. They will die. That's
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. Is it's free will, it's free choice. See, because they want to say that you don't have a choice, but the real truth is everyone has a choice. Everyone has a choice. I was pressured as well, and I said no.
And all I can say is that there's a lot of fake uh, QR codes running down there. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. That's nice. But you know, QR
But
code. Fuck that.
yeah,
You should just say no. You
yeah,
know.
but but I there has to be. I want to collapse because the only way to change this thing is for a collapse and people to die. There need to be blood in the street. That's all I have to say about this. Because this
Well,
system cannot go on forever. It's impossible.
you know, I don't know what to say to that. Maybe you're right.
But how? The fucking Europeans or Americans don't want to protect their own culture, their own history. They don't give a shit. All they want is welfare. Give me socialized medicine. Give me unemployment when I'm unemployed. I don't give a shit about my own parents. I put them in nursing homes. And then they
Right.
died. They died 6 months after getting inside a nursing home. I don't know why. Oh, maybe because we feed them shit. They deserve to die. I'm sorry. I have no sympathy for people like this. They deserve
Right.
their.
Right.
I
That's
can.
sort of that. Morally, that's sort of where I am as well. Like I just don't have much sympathy anymore for a lot of these people.
They have no
Uh,
morality. You cannot have sympathy with people who have no morality, no honesty inside their hearts. They're just automatons. They only think about working, into vacations, going in the restaurant, just consumerism. So since they accepted this shit and they are completely disconnected from their own humanity, they're just robots to consume. They don't deserve to live. God has said perfectly well that if you accept Satan, which is consuming your own flesh and blood and heart and soul, you will die. You will go to hell. And you will live hell on earth. Sorry, I'm
yeah.
pissed. You reminded me of those people and they piss me off. Sorry, so
Yeah.
much.
No, it's so sad. It's so sad when I think about it, but it's.
Because I see them everywhere, and I want them dead already. Even if I die, I don't care. Let clean the earth. We know once there is a collapse, we might die, brother. We don't know what can happen to us. You can get outside just thinking you are going to get some groceries, and you get killed because you bought some groceries, and the other people are starving, and that's a price to pay. But the system, the mark of the beast system, which is not just the fucking jab. It began with the fucking fiat currency. It has to go. It's impossible to be maintained like this.
Yeah.
It's
No,
complete.
I don't even. Oof, man. When it all of it, man, all of it. We're I just if you don't even get me started.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a damn shame what's going on.
yeah, but we're reaching the end. What's happening right now in Eastern Europe with Russia and Ukraine is a sign that something big is going to happen this year. And this year, not next year, this year, something big at the end of this year. It might be World War III, and it might be with food shortages uh, mixed with it. There's something big, and there's a lot of people who are going to die. It's more than a million. It's probably hundreds of millions.
Could be, could be. You never know.
And we will see if nukes exist, because nukes have been supposed to exist for the past 80 years, and all we see is footages of them. We never saw people testify of their existence. Don't you find that strange? Why do you have those
Uh,
weapons?
I don't know. I think they probably exist.
We'll see. We'll see. Once Russia bombards, Poland is getting a lot of troops amassed at the border of Belarus next to Ukraine. We'll see if Russia uses them to kill all those troops. If they are used, they are real. And kill 100,000 troops. We'll see, because shit is about to get real very soon. There's a lot of
Sure.
rumors that Russia will bombard and will try to take over Europe. I don't know if it's true because there's a lot of misinformation.
Yeah.
Like
No, I don't know.
and
Anything's
China,
possible.
and China is preparing its economy to go into war. So, Don't you find that strange that Russia and China are allying themselves to try to take over Western civilization? Or it's part of the plan, a transfer of Western civilization to Eastern civilization, to Asia.
There you go. That's possible.
And there's I saw some documentaries about that. That the powers that be want to transfer all the wealth and all the technology to Asia. I don't know why they want to do that. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe because they want to pillage what is in Asia. That's all I. That's my deduction. Asia is mostly intact. And there's a lot of natural resources. So maybe they want to pillage what is there. It does make sense.
Could be. Yeah, no, I don't claim to know. You know, I think this is what I think. I think that nuclear weapons do exist.
Yes.
I think that modern warfare. I should use the term total war.
Yeah.
Total war is no longer viable for the people that run the world because they know that they would destroy. You know, and if it's not nuclear weapons, it'll be chemical weapons. If it isn't chemical weapons, it'll be conventional weapons. If it's not conventional weapons, it'll be biological weapons. I mean, you know, they have the weapons to destroy mass amounts of people. I don't think they want that. What I think they want is control, and I think they want to depopulate the earth, and I think they want to get rid of what you can call like individual rights.
Yeah.
They have to like, for example, if you look at like the United Nations and what they want to do, they're starting to talk about something called children's rights.
Yeah.
And children's rights is just another way for them to usurp the rights of the parents to actually protect their own children. And they want to introduce ideas that children can start changing their sex at 3 or 4 or at 5, you know, or at 6 years old, a boy can castrate himself and start going on, you know, hormone blockers and transition to a girl. And I think what they want really is, I think the world population is growing. There's billions and billions and billions of us. If you look on a map, or if I'm sorry, not a map, a graph. If you look at the world population on a graph, it looks like it's going up exponentially. I think they're very worried about. We're gonna get what we deserve.
They want to get rid of a population because in their mind they think, which I think is right. The Earth has a finite amount of natural resources. If the human population grows too much, there's only one way: you export them to other solar systems, or you have to make them die off. That's all.
There you go.
So for us, it's satanic because they are killing people and we might die too. But for them, for the people who run the world, in quotes, because they just run humanity, they don't run the planet. We are too much to control. We are a big problem. And a manageable amount of humans for them is between 500 million and 2 billion. And they will decide who lives and who dies. They think themselves as God because they control society. And the outcome of this is going to be mass genocide. That's for sure. And it has already begun because even prior to the injections, it began a long time during the First World War, World War One, World War Two.
Sure.
That was they were the first attempts to try to stabilize the Earth's population, but it didn't go the way they wanted it to be. There was not enough people died. Communism is also a trial to get rid of humanity. So now they need a world government. Once they control the world by a new world government, they think they'll be able to control the Earth's population. via the fucking chips that they will put inside the brains of the slaves.
Sure.
They might even kill you at distance, like with a remote control. Who knows? It's satanic. Satanic in a way because it goes against the rules of nature. Because in nature, normally you die by natural occurrences, by natural events. But they want to kill you when they want and where they want. And I don't know where this is going. If people accept this shit, they will die. But how can we control the normal the quantity of humans that the Earth has? Normally, it's war and famine. But in this fake comfortable world, people there's a lot more birth than deaths. So it's complicated. In one way, you understand the way they think. In another way, you think it's evil. So
Right, right, right. I understand. I agree with you. In one way, yes. Sometimes I see their point of view.
yeah, but normally it's God. Normally it's supposed to be God to do that because God is the creator. And when it's humans who do that, it's thought as evil. But I don't know. When God puts an end to a civilization, we consider it maybe a punishment. And when it's humans who do that, we consider it a sin. So this is where you go. You can say that maybe God does not exist. Maybe God is Satan and God at the same time. That God has two faces. And this is where the rabbit hole can widen, and you go into denial of God, or you think that God is Satan, or inversely. That's all I have to say about that. If you think
Mm,
about it, maybe this is all about control, and the best way to live is just according to nature, not to overpopulate the earth, not to consume more than you need, and we have reached a point in this world where there's too much people who consume too much.
maybe. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't claim to know. I just think. Eh, I just think the ultra rich. You know, they want.
They consume a lot. They consume much more than us combined 10 times. They
I
just
don't
want.
know. I don't know. I don't know about that. I disagree with that. I don't think they consume that much because
You think?
there's not many of them.
Yeah,
Um,
that's correct. But individually, they consume tremendous amount of resources.
individually they consume a lot, but what are the people at the very very top? I mean, I'm not talking about the top 1%. I'm talking about like the top 1/10 of 1%. We're
100,000 of
not
them.
talking about millions and millions of people. We're talking about maybe 50, 80. I don't know. Let's
Ah,
say
the richest, the wealthiest ones, 100 of them, about 100 of them. And we don't know their real names. Some of them are from the small at population, others are not. So it depends. They are the banksters and all that shit. And they are old families. And they do give orders in what they want to do. In the past, they didn't want to reduce the Earth's population because the Earth's population for the past 300 years was below 2 billion. But now it's a concern for them
perhaps.
because they wanted to spread technology to feed themselves on the productivity of their slaves. But I think they didn't expect maybe the Earth's population to grow this fast. That's what I think. Oh shit, we put too much technology, too much comfort. Oh shit, 8 billion of them. Oh, 9 billion. Oh, 10. Oh, we have to do some shit because if we continue like this, the Earth is going to be a fucking desert planet and it will look like Mars. You know.
Could be.
So, you know, to some extent, if you were part of the elite, you will understand the way they think. Because I don't think all of them are satanic in per se that they consume blood and eat children and all that shit. I think some of them they just want to remain in power. That's all.
Sure.
And what they're doing right now is what we will do is aware of them. Yeah. Mike is right. There's some truth in that.
Are you looking at the comment section?
And a comment section on YouTube?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something like, "Oh, Michael said something." Someone said something.
No, I said Mike is right. The power is all that matters in this world. It's not about
Might
feelings.
is right. Might is
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, Mike is right, not Michael. Sorry.
Hey, Polska Bob, are you there?
Maybe he left the
Okay.
stream.
I bet you he passed out. I see that Eric Zombro is in the background. Eric Zombro, if you're still there, I don't know that. I don't even know that we can let you. I can't let you in. And Bob, because of his constant state of inebriation, he is probably not alert to let you in. So essentially, you're locked out for now. Sorry about
No,
that, bro.
I think polska Bob is just sleeping right now. He got sleepy and he's not longer responding. That's all.
Right, that's what I think. Yeah.
And Miktal Kobo, you know your experience and life seems interesting. I remember you speaking with. I think you spoke with Hammerhand a few months ago.
Yes, I've spoke with him many times. Can you remember about what?
I think it was about your. You were on Jesse Lee Peterson show. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, sure.
That show is a shit show. I don't listen to him anymore because it pisses me off. He talks about religion all the time and blah blah blah, and that God can save you and all that shit. And when you look at his life, the guy is just an hedonist like all the rest of us. So whatever the fuck he's talking about.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I used to be a traditional conservative.
Guys,
Yeah.
I don't see him in the invite.
You're there, Polska Bob. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm actually here.
I thought you were
Yeah,
going to.
No, I actually took a nap. Thank you, guys. I heard you guys in the background.
Yeah, so Jesse Lee Peterson is just a Tradcon black guy. That's all. I don't find him interesting. I think you are more interesting than him. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the compliment. It's just.
Hey, Cowboy. Thanks
Yeah, what's
for
up,
taking over the chat for me a little bit.
Oh yeah, there's no problem as long as as long as there's interesting stuff to talk about. It's a breeze.
Yeah, we talk
Yeah,
about a lot of stuff. I mean,
you're always really good about that.
Philosophy is what makes the core of real men. Or should I say, men who are aware of reality? That's what I think a real man.
Cowboy, did you say that Easy was in the backstage? Because I don't see him now. I reposted the link. Everybody wants to hear from Easy.
Okay, what I think is he was for a while, and then he recognized that you were probably drunk or something, and so he left.
He literally posted like 3 minutes ago, and I reposted the link.
There you go. Maybe he'll jump back in. I don't know. We'll see.
So yeah.
Okay, because I might go have a smoke and take a nap. Cowboy, this is your show. You're having fun now.
MGTOW Cowboy, all I can say is what I like about MGTOW people is that real men what I mean by real men is that we talk about reality, real reality.
Sure.
This is what is the most important thing, because blue pill men, they live in delusion and in fantasy, and this is the difference
Yes.
between being a MGTOW and a blue pill motherfucker.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
Unfortunately, I agree with you. I think I could not word that any better than what you just said. I think uh, MGTOW men tend to be men who have a uh, I don't know how to put it. They're inherently honest or something.
Yeah, honesty is accepting the consequences of your thoughts, of your actions. That's all, and telling the truth. Yeah, people who are dishonest, they live a life of misery. You can see them.
Hmm.
I know many of my friends who are married with women. They don't seem happy. Just a facade.
How I'm sorry. How old are you?
I'm 37.
You're 37. Okay, yeah, I'm 38.
So I know a guy who is married to a Muslim woman, and the Muslim woman is a fucking bitch. And he's a French guy.
Is he a white European or is he also a Muslim?
He's a white European. He's a French guy, and he married that woman because she looks good. That's all. That's all why he married her. But she's giving him a very very tough time. And I told him, no,
Well, well,
don't. Why did you marry her? Because she has big boobs and a big ass. That's all.
sure.
And he told me yes, and she cooks good, and she loves sex and all that shit. That's all you have to say about that, my brother. Why did you marry that bitch? Now he has 2 kids with her. It's fucked. So yeah, and she doesn't even look Arabic. She has very pale skin. So, that's why he
So
married her.
she looks European then.
Yeah, because you have to know that North Africa there was a lot of exchange of population between the tens of for thousands of years. So most of them
Sure,
don't.
sure. You have a large native Berber
Yes,
population, and then of
and
course
she's
the Spanish and the French came in there.
yeah. So there's a lot of genetic mixing. So not all of
Sure.
them look blackish or ebony. And yeah, don't marry a woman because she looks good. And if you don't know, well, what can I say? It's
Oh, there he is.
if you let your own inness
There we
guide
go.
you, you will live an honorable life.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I mean, at this point, I would say dating is dead.
Hey,
Marriage is
cowboy.
basically dead.
Yeah, Easy is in the stream right now.
I'll bring him in.
Yeah,
Hello,
he's
is
in
it?
the stream right now.
Hey, cowboy. Hey, contriver. Hey, Polska.
Zombro, good to see you, bro.
Good to see you guys.
Hello, Eric Zong.
Yeah, it's
How
not
are you?
Driver we have, but is he a guest? Did he want to call?
That's not
in?
contriver. Oh, I thought it was contriver. I'm sorry. Sounds like him.
Well, God bless Wada.
What up?
That amazes you to no end. Does it not, Bob?
Yeah, it does. In fact, I heard this about the what's it called? What was it? The mail bomber, Ted Kaczynski, or whatever the hell it is.
The
They figured
Unabomber.
out how he was by his his regional dialect of a specific word, and it was the word water.
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah, I've had many conversations about this. I would say to a much lesser capacity. I have the ability to do that, and I've studied language. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
You
there's
know,
did,
guys, it's just an inside joke, but I can decipher whether or not somebody is from a specific part of of this country by
Yeah,
specifically
right.
their
But,
Oh, yeah.
right. What
by
I'm
the
saying
word
though,
water.
yes. But what I'm saying is, I'm not kidding. There are linguists who are so good, they can tell not just that you're from the South, they can tell that you're from Alabama, and they
Right.
can tell that
Well,
you're from Southern Alabama as opposed to Northern Alabama,
yeah,
or
well, there's something.
they can tell you're from
you-
New York as opposed to
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
There's something like 3,000 dialects of language in the United States, like alone. Like it's each area has its own linguistic tone, its own linguistics. It's really interesting.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fascinating. You know, man, I think I'm sorry, I just can't remember. There's like 5 or 6 major dialects. There's like
Yeah,
there
and
there's
then
Yankee. They call it Yankeedom,
yep,
and which is like basically from Chicago to
parts of
uh
Pennsylvania.
east. Yeah, it goes a little south. Yeah. Um, and then there's like what is it? The Upland South, and then there's the Deep South, and then there's oh I can't
Then you
remember.
have there's one called North Deep South, like how you said that there's a difference between Northern Alabama, Southern Alabama.
Sure.
Then you have like there's like a whole different dialect for Appalachia and like parts
Yeah.
of the Virginias.
Yeah,
It's
all that. Yeah.
it's really interesting.
Just think about the way we, us Chicagoans, we say two, three, just the word two or three. We just say two, three. Yeah, over by there, not by there, right?
And do you have American dialects with Indian
What,
nouns or
Native
Indian
Americans?
adjectives?
No, not really.
No, no Native Americans words. Oh, okay.
Not really.
That will have been
Yeah, but
interesting.
it's
I didn't even understand his question. What was your question?
Does the Native Americans have like their own dialect that is part of I guess, the vernacular?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't
There's,
know.
there's some areas of Oklahoma and Texas that have it, but nothing outside of their own community.
But we can say Bonix is a dialect in some way.
Yeah, right, exactly. It also yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
like
it was probably also the most, as Roy Innis in the 1980s put it, the most insulting, most racist, most stereotypical label ever to be put on black people.
Yeah,
That
but when they communicate that way, they understand each other. So it's a
I
dialect.
understand that, but it also was a disaster as far as PR goes.
Yeah. But
Because, like I said, as Roy Innis said, he goes, it makes people think that blacks are incapable of speaking English or even, being educated. He really campaigned against it.
the truth is that they mix their own original African dialect with English. That's all.
Yeah.
It's like a Creole. You know about Creole that is spoken in the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, it's spoken down in Louisiana and
oh my God, guys,
along the Gulf Coast.
Guys, welcome to the stream. The Emperor is here.
Hello. How is
Emperor
everyone?
of the North.
How are we all tonight?
very good, very good.
You're up late.
Even for
Well-
West Coast.
How it goes, right? You can't win them all. You can't lose them all.
And even the Mexicans have their own dialect. They mix English with fucking Spanish. That gives a weird.
They call it Spanglish.
Yeah, it's a weird dialect. It's almost like incomprehensible.
Oh, you know what? I think the highlighted chat. The Emperor has awakened from his old nap. All right, yeah, you got your coffee, Emperor. You waking
Yeah,
up?
I popped up.
How'd you even find out this is going on?
Well, I know how to open my YouTube.
No. Did you actually get a notification?
Nah, Bob, I didn't get any notification. I never get notifications anymore. I have to go to each channel. The
Okay,
YouTube's acting up again.
I
me.
know. I text Cowboy, so he got it that way, and so Emperor, you actually got a notification, or you searched it out?
No, I just basically logged on, and there you were.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
listening for about 25 minutes.
Nice.
You betcha. I remember
I'm actually at the gym, so I usually try to I'll pull up a Hamster Stream or Chris or Raging Golden Eagle or even some of your stuff, Polska. To
You
do
know
my
what,
stuff.
Eric? You being at the gym, I need a smoke break. So why don't you go lift? I'm gonna go have a smoke and.
I've been up since 3 o'clock.
Oh my God, we might make it all the way till what time is it? It's 4 o'clock.
4:07
in the morning. All right, Cowboy, take it over and talk with the Emperor.
Sure.
what's going on, gentlemen? What's going on?
Oh yeah, no, nothing. Me and the Frenchman here. I guess he's a Portuguese origin, but he lives in France. We were talking about well, we were talking about many things. But prior to you getting here, we were talking about the pokey Jabberwocky, and how in Europe, people there, although they're not really like held down yet, they are immense amounts of pressure are brought upon them to take it. And also, we were talking about the Islamification of France or Europe in general. What else? What else were we talking about? False flags and such, shit like that.
Well, the new virus that they're going to say is spreading around uncontrollably, right? That's about to take effect. I mean, we're going to have that, right? I think they called it the monkey virus. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the monkeypox.
Yeah,
Did you
monkeypox.
see Salty Crackers stream? Release the monkeypox.
No, I tried to do one tonight, but with everybody else streaming tonight, I just kind of like decided to back off. Let somebody else have a try.
About terrain theory?
You're really fading out there.
What? I'm sorry. I couldn't decipher a single word you said.
Have you heard about terrain theory versus germ theory?
Cowboy, I can't hear him at all.
Is this the Frenchman? Is this the Portuguese Frenchman?
Yeah, it's me. Have you heard about germ theory? This is terrain theory. So
Okay. Yes. I'm hearing you a little bit better now, but it's still really bad. Can you try to move, get better reception, improve your audio or something?
have you heard about terrain theory versus germ theory?
Okay. Now I can hear you very well. You've come back very good.
Sorry, I don't know.
No, it's okay. There's a number of reasons why that could have happened. I'm sorry. Have I heard of germ theory?
Germ theory is a theory that comes from Louis Pasteur, a fucking Frenchman, by the way. And he's the one that invented the conception that germs makes you sick.
No.
Really? Never
But-
would have known.
It is
Never would've
not.
known that.
This is not reality. Reality is that it is the terrain that determines what you are sick with. So what you consume as food, what you drink, and what you breathe. So they say that the germs cause the disease, but it is not the case. The germs respond to your internal natural habitat, and once you have poisons inside your body, the germs are the cleaning crew, and they clean your body from the toxins. So
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know that I believe that. Yeah. I mean, I don't mean to be rude. I say this with all due
you can
respect.
say
Of course.
no problem, no problem.
Yeah. No.
It's a theory. It means science is not should not be like religion. It should not be a belief. It should be based on
I
evidence
understand
and
that.
facts.
I understand that. But what I do is I try to listen to people that I see. I understand that. I understand that science can also be corrupted by politics. I understand that, but I think that there are some.
Just look at global warming.
Sure, right. Like global warming. I
The-
don't necessarily believe in anthropomorphic global warming. I think that's much more political. But certain
course it
things,
is.
like for example, like germs, I definitely believe that you can get sick. I definitely believe that you can get sick by eating, something, drinking water with, cholera in it. The bacteria
No,
if
in fact, it's not cholera that makes you sick. It's because the water is contaminated with pollutants, and the cholera proliferate inside the water to clean the water. So you see, they
I don't
they
believe
make.
that.
Mm, you see,
Cholera does not make you sick. Is that what you just said?
it makes you sick because they consumed natural toxins or chemical toxins that we put inside the water through our industrial use. But if you consume it, since they produce toxins, the toxins will get inside your body and make you sick. But the cholera itself, the bacteria, does not make you sick. It's a
I don't
byproduct.
know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm no science. Also, I must admit a high level of ignorance in this area. I'm no scientist. I'm no doctor.
But all I can say is that, you see, they make you think it is this that makes you sick when in fact it is just a consequence. That's all I have to say about this. Now, you have the right to think that germs will kill you. I accept that because there's some truth in it. Like in everything they make us believe right now, there is some truth, but the vast majority is lies. It's like global warming. It's true that our industrial output in the atmosphere and in the water and in the earth does destroy the earth, but it does not impact the climate that much, just a fraction of it.
Oh yeah. No, about that, I definitely do agree with that. I definitely do think that we are doing irreparable damage to the earth.
Oh,
Um,
come on, cowboy. Seriously, you think that fucking. What's her name? Greta?
Well, we did kill an enormous amount of animals across the world. You
right,
just look
right.
at
For example,
Africa.
like species, there are a number of species that have most likely gone extinct because of mostly not us hunting, but mostly us aggravating their habitat.
Oh,
Well,
Um,
I was thinking of what I wanted to say. How dare you,
we did.
cowboy?
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, look, regardless of man's involvement or not, something like species, there's like a certain number of species that go extinct every single day.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Right, that's true
they
as well. That's true
yeah.
as well. In fact,
So like,
99%, over 99% of all species that have ever existed have gone extinct.
yes,
So do humans really deserve this planet if they destroy it completely?
Well, you got to remember, there's a very small number of that where it was based on us. They're counting
Right, that's what I'm
everything,
saying, right,
including
that's what I'm
like the wipeout of dinosaurs and fucking everything on the sun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not talking like just since man came around.
Yeah,
but
but
even with man coming around, there's still more species going extinct due to just natural selection than
Of course.
man's involvement.
But I have an example. You took during the Roman Empire. The Romans, they hunted down all the lions and all the tigers that live in Asia, and they killed them all.
There's still lions and tigers, but I understand they did do a lot of hunting, but
There were 1,000 times more of them 2,000 years ago.
I understand that. But you have to.
Yeah.
This is going to sound pretty callous, but without the lions and tigers there, more people were probably saved. Less people
Yeah,
eaten by
I understand.
lions and
There you
tigers.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. How do you want to
Yeah.
look at it? You know?
There's
See,
a good and there's a good and bad from everything.
Yeah,
Right,
I
right,
understand.
right. But what I'm saying is talking specifically about what I use an umbrella term to describe this. I call it political environmentalism. Again I believe that the ultra rich, you know, for all the reasons that we discuss, they try to get humanity or the masses to buy into these huge,
Myths.
glorious movements that they want us to believe in. But really, these are just movements that they use to nudge us or to move us in a certain political direction, mostly to
Oh, like
mostly
the
to take away our power and keep us poor and all that.
like the remember the book The Population Bomb, and that
Sure.
we're overpopulated, don't have children, that whole thing. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. So
And also environmentalism, feminism, and all this. It's become a religion, not even science
right,
or a
right.
social movement. It's
It's a
all
state
religion
religion.
to them.
It's a state religion. You got it.
No, it's brainwashed. It's brainwashed into them. It's like
Yeah,
programming.
it's like a cult. You're right, Bob. It's like a cult.
Yeah.
Well, if
And
they
you
replace
can't take it out of them.
they replaced God with the state. The state is the elite, basically.
Oh my God, Frenchie, you put it the best possible way. Yeah, they replaced it. Yeah,
The elite are God, and they tell you what to think and what to hear and what to do. Basically, like an Abrahamic God. This is what Satanism is, according to the to the church people. It's basically them telling you what you have to do with your life and what you have to think.
yeah,
Instead of
right. Like Bill Gates telling you we have a new monkey pox. You know,
It's why I'll never take any vaccine.
I'll
don't take
never
any.
take it either.
I'll say no, don't even take antibiotics.
Nope.
You might be okay if you don't take anything that comes from big pharma. Take natural herbs if you want to heal of something. Might be better for you.
Oh, okay, Emperor Chris.
Mhm.
Chris, I think we want to hear your opinion on this. Is he still here?
Yeah.
He's enjoying a cup of coffee.
Oh, okay. A cup of coffee. Coffee.
As for most modern medicine, I think the majority of it is fine. Antibiotics are fucking fantastic.
I agree. I agree with everything he just said. I think. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
The problem lies when you're talking like gene manipulation. Basically, think like yes, we do have to make certain things that actually do harm to other parts of the body while curing another thing. You know what I mean? However, they have so many variants now. It's just like Dax heart medication, right? Let's take that for example. Back 50 years ago, you only took those nitrogen tablets, right? That was what you took for heart problems. Now,
Nitroglycerin.
yeah, now they have like fucking 65 different types of medication. And oh, it's because it's not made of, a nitroglycerin base. It's made of something else now. Well, that something else is not only keeping maybe your heart rhythms and things in order, but it's also fucking, severely poisoning your liver or God knows what. Like pick a fucking organ. You know what I mean? And like I said, the majority of stuff that they do come out with is just fine. The problem lies when you get into items that are essentially completely fucking experimental, which there are plenty. There are plenty.
I would add to that. I pretty much agree with everything you just said. But I want to take this conversation in a slightly different direction. Okay, the first thing is
Easy, is that you lifting weights?
someone's making a lot of noise. Someone's making a lot of noise.
Yeah,
in
is
the
that
background.
you, Easy?
I'll mute my mic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, is that you at the gym?
Yeah, I'm done lifting weights. So
Okay, yeah. If you're in that private room, that's okay.
But yeah,
Yeah,
like
go,
the
go to the
majority.
office.
Sorry, majority of most medications, especially the older ones, they have tried, tested, and true. Now there are risks, of course, with everything, right? However, when it comes to a medication that has a chance to shut down a thyroid while treating a heart condition that is not uncommon, right? It's not like it's our first fucking rodeo. You have really gone to the point of fucking up with by the numbers. You know what I mean? Like you've seriously thrown out the ethics book and decided to just take up the fucking profit making market because maybe you're pushing this drug because the pharmaceutical company that developed it is now paying you a royalty for everyone they sell in your area. Ethics
You
goes
know,
out the window.
a lot of health problems are caused by our nutrition. We eat too much plant-based diet. We eat too much sugar,
Excuse
and
me.
sugar that comes from plants is toxic for the human body.
I
That's
will
why they want
definitely agree. I'll go halfway and agree with you on that.
Bless you, Emperor.
Let
Sorry,
me
guys.
let me add something before we move away from the pharmakia. So this is going to sound maybe a little extreme, but I don't think it's extreme. I thought a lot about this. I think that we should. I think that there should be some major deregulation in the pharmaceutical industry. That is to say, I think that the pharmaceutical industry is extremely heavily regulated. For example,
Right.
let's say
Wait,
just for
you think
fun,
they're heavily regulated?
yes, just for fun. Let me give you an example. So there's five of us in the stream. Let's say each of us had $100 million that we could all put together to start a pharmaceutical company.
Mm-hmm.
We the government would not allow us. You can't, even if you have. I don't think you need 500 million, 2, 4, $6 million. You can't just
Stop waffling. Get to your point.
Bob, you're fucking drunk. It's stupid. Anyway,
No, I'm actually not. I'm on shrooms right now and I'm tripping balls. But seriously,
you.
get to your point. All right.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is you don't need hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. But yes, you need, let's say,
What's
several
your
million.
opinion on
I can't
drugs?
get to it. I can't get
Okay,
to it.
all right, big pharma. Do you want to relegate them or heavily relegate them? And what's your opinion on actual street drugs like fucking cocaine, narcotics?
Sure, we can get to that in a second. Hold on. This is a
weed?
much bigger. This is a much bigger point.
Stop
What I'm saying is
waffling.
you don't need millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You can.
Cowboy, we have spent trillions of dollars fighting a plant, and the plant is winning. Get to
Okay,
the
okay,
point.
Bob, please let me make my point. It's a much bigger point. The point is, and I really mean this, you don't need billions of dollars. You can start a laboratory for just a couple $100,000, but they don't let you. They don't let you. They want to make you go to this corporation, and you have to buy it from them. When instead, I'm sorry.
It's because you have to bribe the politicians. That's why. This is all about
Well,
money.
yes, but the real reason why is, again, because the ultra rich, they absolutely know people could live in a state of freedom, but they want to clamp down in every single area, and this is definitely one of the biggest areas. Let's say if you look at the United States, if you look at our what we're spending our money on, healthcare is starting to outpace every other sector of the economy. And a large part of this is pharmaceutical drugs. Why do we pay whatever? There are people paying, okay, look, for example, DAC. DAC is paying whatever, let's say $800 a month for whatever it is he needs. It's one drug.
And Cowboy, mind you, Dak is in Canada, by the way. He's not in
I know. This is just an example. let's say he was allowed to make. I'm just talking about freedom versus slavery. People can make their own drugs. They do, even to this day. Why do we have to go to these big billion-dollar pharmaceutical companies? Well, the main reason why is because the government has passed all these laws, creating all this regulation, saying that you have to go to these major corporations. Why? You can go to the dollar store right now and buy acetaminophen for $1.25. But if you go to Jewel, it costs you $8.
But you
You want to have another example of that, Cowboy? If you go to the pet store and buy fish mocks or fish pen.
Yeah.
It's basically antibiotics, and all it is, it's the same antibiotics that you would get if you went to the pharmacy. Like, you know, if your kid's sick and you need amoxicillin, and you're paying $55 for the prescription. If you go to the fish store, you're paying $1, $6, $7 for the same thing.
Right, and you know, like
it's funny in the ghetto. Some of the ghetto doctors, what they would do is they send their patients to the vet for prescriptions.
Sure.
Get scripts for their, they say it's for their dog, but it's actually for them. And it's
right.
Since it's canine, it's actually a canine script. It's actually like 100% cheap, almost 100% cheaper than a regular human script.
And
sure, that's a perfect example. There are many examples, but the point I'm trying to make, this is so much larger because, obviously, pharmakia is one sector of our economy. There's multiple major sectors of our economy. The way our entire lives as human beings today are formatted is the governments want us to go. They want to force us to have to go to a corporation to get all the things that we are required to live.
It's to keep us poor.
To keep us poor. Yeah, basically, it's just slavery versus freedom. And if you can get enough people to think like us, we can move towards freedom.
There's one more thing. They have to get you.
You're not getting the entire fucking. This has been a big giant plan for a long time, and you're just starting to realize it right now. Okay.
They have to.
You're right, Bob. I've never had these ideas before.
Eric, they have to make us sick, so we have to buy the medication too. So that's why they infect the food with poison.
Change your fucking interface because I'm kicking you out right now.
Here's a more actually probably surprising update, but not really, because the amoxicillin that you do get at your vet is not just like the human amoxicillin. It is the human amoxicillin.
It's the same thing.
It's
even
the
fish pen.
Same company makes it.
The fish penicillin has the same numbers on it that you do in the physician's desk reference, or on or like on WebMD when you look up the pills. Amoxicillin too. It's the same exact thing.
It is the exact same thing. It's not just like it is. It is the exact same medication.
100% the same medicine.
Yeah. So when they say, "Oh, I might not take it because it'll be like a last resort thing," don't bother because it's the exact same medication.
It's the exact same.
Yeah.
I was able to buy ivermectin for 100 pills for $10. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's very cheap, but you can't. It's for dogs, for pets.
Yeah.
So you can get it.
Guys, we use antibiotics for everything.
That's right.
The same antibiotic that is used to treat every creature out there or every fucking person out there.
But antibiotics can kill you if you take too much of them.
Well, it'll fucking ruin your liver too if you take too much of it.
Yeah, your liver and your kidneys.
Yeah.
Remember, but antibiotics means anti-life, so it will kill your cells inside your gut too.
It doesn't kill your cells, and it's not meant to be used 24/7. That's the big problem. When we start over-prescribing medications, they stop working.
Yeah, look at a perfect example is syphilis. I mean, there's super strains of that now because it's just become so antibiotic resistant.
Yeah. When a bacterium grows, right? This is where staph infections come from. Okay, what a staph infection is is it could have been just a regular common surface infection that was just in a surface cut, or fuck, even in your ear if you can get it out. But what it does while it's in your body is it's multiplying all the time, right? And it's using up the DNA and the material that's around it, which is usually yours. Mixed into your DNA is also your white blood cells
Nope,
DNA
cowboy. Change your handle. Nope,
and
not letting you in.
and any other products that are out there. Antibiotics are made from an organic product. It has genetic material in it. It
Yes.
picks up those genetic materials, adds it to its own, and eventually you end up with staph infection. It takes a long time and it has to go through a very specific process, including jumping through like 7 or 8 different people, right? To continue on. Like that one strain that you end up with, which is a staph infection, actually started off as something else many months ago in other people, right? And it's just continued its lineage along the way. It just managed to survive. But once you have developed the staph infection because it's gotten immune to the antibiotics because it's used to it now, and that's all your immune system is. Your immune system is just a big fucking computer that knows how to deal with viruses. When you
Yeah.
give it a virus it doesn't know how to deal with, it wins, right?
That's what's happening with MRSA now, right? Isn't it like
Yeah,
it's like a super bug now?
yeah,
It's
and that's where you
becoming one
get
of the
those
leading.
superbugs.
Yeah, it's becoming like one of the leading causes of death in hospital stays.
You got to
MRSA.
remember, guys, we give out antibiotics, and especially like 20 years ago, we gave out antibiotics like they were going out of fucking style,
Oh, like they were
right?
candy.
Yeah, like fuck, you had a wet spine. Here's some antibiotics. You have fucking, you got a pinched finger or something. Here's some antibiotics. That's
Yeah, I
how it
remember
went.
my daughter got stitches, just stitches, and the guy gave her a 10-day course of amoxicillin, and I
Well,
refused to give them to her because I was
well,
like, oh, it isn't stitches. You just got to keep it clean.
you got to remember anything that needs to be stitched has gone way past the outer surface and the fat layers,
Right,
right?
I know.
If it's generally got to be stitched, that means it's down into the actual muscle.
Yeah, she went
That's
down to the bone.
yeah. So this is where infections like to sit. They don't sit on the surface. They just hang out there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? If they can get inside, like your skin repels most things. Even the oils that are produced by your skin will repel some different bacterias, right? And neutralize them right there. The problem is once they get inside and find a nice little place to hide away, before your blood cells are even activated, your white blood cells, they get to multiply, right? Generally, even ear infections usually come from a damage either in the eardrum or in your mouth. Mostly it's in your mouth. So if you chew on something like candy and it cuts your gums, you can get an ear infection. It's just how it works, right?
You know that you have bacteria and parasites in your body naturally.
Oh yes,
That's where they come from.
dude, you have more bacteria in you than you do your own fucking cells.
Not just bacteria, you have parasites, you have fungus too.
Yes,
And,
yes,
and they
you
are
have,
imbalanced inside your blood because your blood has a certain level of pH that is maintained because you feed your body with good
well,
food.
most of your bacterias, like your good bacterias, right, are generally in your stomach and actually in your GI tract.
yes,
That's where most of that goes, like
And when you
in
get
your intestines, right? But they help produce and break down material. They also help fight off even deadlier fucking bacteria because they're quite content with a symbiotic relationship with us, right?
not just that, they also clean the blood and of toxins that is in the food, for example, plastics and all that shit.
Well, they'll remove a lot of things from the GI tract and the intestinal tract,
And your
but
blood too. And your blood.
they don't really cross the blood cell membrane. They stay in the GI tract. Your blood cells are just your blood cells. and your organs are meant to clean out anything that's in your blood, like your even your appendix used to clean out poisons in your blood. Now it can fucking kill you if it gets inflamed, right? But your pancreas, your liver, even your kidneys help filter out things, including making a very unhospitable environment for certain bacterias, right? So, but like I said, they you do have a very symbiotic relationship with a lot of fucking parasites and a lot of different types of fungal.
That's why when you think your body has to be clean like a fucking room, you will die. Your body
Yeah.
is not a fucking antiseptic medication.
Yeah, I mean your body will fucking go through very, very, very painful and uncomfortable phases if you're basically your what they call flora is out of balance. Have you guys ever heard? Yeah, have you guys ever heard of fecal matter transplants?
Yes.
Okay, fecal matter transplants are done because your flora in your intestinal tract is off.
Yeah, usually they like it to be somebody that you live with who's had the same kind of diet that you have had.
Yes, but
To help.
if you it like let's take Dax for example. Let's say he took a medication and it threw off its flora, right? Maybe it killed something off completely. Now he needs a transplant, right? And generally
Right.
somebody in your family will have
Excuse me, gentlemen. Chris, I'm sorry to cut you off. I have to jump out. There's other people here now, so take care.
all right,
See
brother.
you. But you know you can restore your natural gut balance by you can eat fermented fruit, fermented vegetables, and fermented meat and fermented milk. It's known to restore some of your probiotics.
Most likely, but I mean, you can take a probiotic that'll do the same thing if that's all you're missing. Right.
I drink spoiled milk that will be considered to be thrown in the garbage, and I feel a lot better each time I drink it. And it's raw milk. It's not pasteurized milk. Pasteurized milk is garbage. Well, that's what I
Well,
think.
and there's another thing. Pasteurized items are done because yes, it kills any chance of a harmful parasite that we consider in this group that would hang out in it or get transferred to it. It kills that off too, but it does also kill off all the positive ones as well.
It kills
Right.
everything.
Right.
99% is destroyed.
Yes, and even some of that could be beneficial. But you're talking about a heating process. It doesn't discriminate, right?
It's basically you cook the milk for like 15 seconds, but you destroy all the nutrients inside the milk too. And the sugar inside the milk crystallizes when it is eaten up. That's something the mainstream media doesn't talk about. And
Yeah, no.
crystallized sugar is bad for your heart. It cuts your arteries.
Pasteurized milk it's done for a reason. There was more. They believe there was more beneficial, um, you know, outcomes because we knew that anything that was harmful wouldn't be passed on, right? It would kill off anything that was there. The downside is it changed how our bodies take it in, and it changed what we get from it beneficially.
You mostly get sugar when you pasteurize something. It can be the pasteurized now. The
Guys,
pasteurized,
easy.
yeah.
Guys, easy bounce out.
Yeah.
They pasteurize juice. They pasteurize eggs. They pasteurize milk. They almost pasteurize everything, and it kills off the good beneficial microbes.
Yes.
And that's why you don't get a lot of nutrition now in current day fucking dairies.
But at the same time, you have dairy sitting on the shelf.
Yep.
All right, guys. I'm gonna shut this down real quick. All right,
All right,
it's
brother.
getting very late in
Thanks.
my hour.
Thanks for the
I'm gonna-
stream.
Good to meet you guys.
But if you guys want to remain backstage for another beer, you guys are more than welcome. All right.
Are
Yeah.
you going to be on for another beer?
Yeah, I will. I just cracked one open. Actually,
All right.
I don't even know how to make it. Like
You just end the stream.
Okay. And we just stay in the background.
You just stay there, yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right, guys. I'm gonna end the broadcast then.
Yep.
Long live the Empire.
Long live the Sith Empire.